Hey, okay. If you do not want to be a vegan and you know you are not even going to start, you're not going to try, you're not going to last a day, not even a few hours, just go ahead and say goodbye to your good looks. I'm sorry to put it that way, but being a vegan is 100% plant-based foods. Okay, you are going to get the nutrients that your skin needs, and when your organs are healthy, the outer layer of your skin is healthy. Your skin is considered an organ also. When you constantly drink sodas and sugary drinks with artificial flavoring in them, milk all the time, anything that comes from an animal that is not natural, that does not start from a seed first and grows, it is not considered a natural product. Okay, you will be more likely able to find out results faster once you start eating plant-based foods. Okay, now I'm not saying that you're not beautiful, I'm not saying that you don't look good, I'm not saying you're not pretty, you know, but you will eventually start seeing a change in how your eyes look, how you speak, because your lungs are now replenished with the natural ingredients, which is considered medicine. The natural foods are medicine to our body, it heals us. That's why when people go to the hospital or the doctor and they're sick, they tell them to eat certain foods, or they have that what they call hospital food that will allow people to benefit better while they are there, because they know that when they go out of the hospital, they're not going to get those healthy choices, but they want to put that stress on you so that you can start looking out for your body and treating your body the right way before you even enter your own home. You know, they want you to get that automatically. Um, Lemons are very good because they help your lungs. They People who smoke or people who have been damaging their lungs based on eating um, mucus processed foods. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I eat ice cream, and I every now and then I would drink some milk, but I would try not to drink regular milk that comes from a cow. I would say almond milk and any other milk that is plant based. You know, anything that's natural. But just go ahead and just say goodbye to your good looks, because it's going to start looking like you eat meat every day. It's sad enough that um, some people, like, you can tell if they like greasy foods. You know, you can tell if someone likes to eat meat, burgers all the time. You can look at that person's skin and determine where the fat is being located at mostly. And this is why I said, when before I became a vegan, I decided to start looking at myself a lot closely after I finished eating like some breaded chicken or some Roman noodles that weren't considered plant based, but because it had like the beef flavor or the chicken flavor, that's still meat. That's still an animal product being inside of you. So it was more on the other side of me being aware of different type of features that I carried, that it kind of expanded more. Maybe it was like fat here underneath of my neck or my chin, or just around my face. It'd be like puffy a little bit. I'm like, wow, okay, I know I walk a lot, I know I ride my bicycle a lot, well, I used to, and I know that I get my exercise as much as I can, but I can still see where some of the fat will start developing in. But people who eat plant-based foods look way more better. And even people who drink, when you drink, you tend to look like you drink if you do it all the time. Some people you cannot tell, but they like to say that, it would catch up with you in the future. But I would try my hardest to, you may not be vegan every single day, but at least cut out some of the habits of eating meat every day. Try to be okay with not eating nothing but something that is a fruit or a vegetable. This might be hard for some people because they literally spent all their life trying to eat plant-based foods, and it just does not work because they're so used and their body has gotten immune to eating things that weren't healthy. Now, every now and then when you eat a cheeseburger, there's some lettuce and tomatoes on it. Not many people like onions, and there's some other food that are considered a vegetable, like French fries. Okay, that's throw down in grease. Okay, try to eat some baked fries or maybe some regular potatoes that are steamed, and try to work your way up from there. No, I'm not saying eat plant based foods every single day, but do at least try to eat plant based foods once a week. Just try it. Spend one day out of your week eating nothing but healthy food. Okay. At the end of the day, and you have tried your hardest to only eat plant based foods, you might find yourself eating a snack that is considered junk food to replace the want of wanting something that you've been used to eating, like an animal product food. Potato chips usually have eggs in them, when they mix it in the ingredients along with the flour and things like that. Try to eat something that is vegan, okay? Because there is no reason why we cannot become 100% vegan when they have planned and processed different foods that will replace what we used to eat and make life better for us. Okay. Our health is the main thing that we should be worrying about. I would not even consider doing anything out of the ordinary now that I know that eating meat every day is not ordinary. Okay. I've gave you guys when I made my other video about let me go down see if I can find it. Oh, I said, why not become a vegan? Yes, why would you not want to become a vegan if you're going to look good, you're going to feel good, you're going to, um, your health will be increasing, it will not go down, you won't feel tired, you won't feel sleepy, you won't feel like you're in the daze, you won't feel um, less energized. You would feel way more better about your stamina and about the way you think because it helps your brain cells function um, way better than if you was to sit there and consume a plate full of meat with sugary foods and a whole bunch of dairy product with cheese. Like that is the normal way of eating. If you find a newer way of eating, like right now, this is the perfect time for you to change your diet because the 5G towers are being put up and they've been up by now. But now they're getting started to move on to the 6 and 7G, and people aren't prepared for that yet. So prepare yourself and start eating the right foods way ahead of time. So whenever it gets to that point to where the technology has increased itself, you will not fall back as a victim and be on the sidelines by not eating the healthy food or being sluggish and non-balanced, and your nutrition won't even be where it should be Because remember, I told you, when people go to the hospital, and it's because they have been treating their body badly, they give them prescription medicines so that it can fight off the bad germs and provide the medicine. But if you think about it, the natural foods that grow in the ground are your medicines regardless. The chemicals that they give you with the pills that you take, those chemicals are harmful, and some of those chemicals aren't even chemicals. They're plant-based things that come from the ground. So the chemical is supposed to be strong enough to fight off the bad chemicals that are in your body, just so it can give you the natural substances from the plants. Because vitamins alone, because you've been treating your body the way it shouldn't have been treated by just eating whatever you wanted to eat, the vitamins alone were supposed to help you replenish and restart and regain traction of healthy organs and healthy cells. But because you have waited so long and done so much, now you have to rely on pills and vitamins. See, the vitamins is supposed to give you the 100% natural ingredient from the plants and the fruits. The pills are supposed to be giving you what the vitamin gives you and chemicals to fight off other substances in your body, just so it can give you what the vitamins give you. So if you don't know this by now, now you know. Chemicals are not supposed to be for your body. Okay? They're not supposed to be. They weren't even made for us. We are beings that can rely on natural foods and natural things that grow in the ground, and it's supposed to be for our benefit, our health, our organs maintain a healthy function when we give it alkaline processed based foods. That's everybody. Okay, so when and I said don't beat yourself up, because you have to think about, this is years and years and generations of our family thinking that meat is something that we need to survive, when that's the last thing we need to survive. To survive, we need alkaline processed foods that come from fruits and vegetables. Period. And if you read, or actually, if you watched my video that I put out about why not be a vegan, then you will understand there's a scripture in there that I talked about, and you have to go watch it because I'm not going to spoil it for you. But there's a scripture in there, and I forget which one it was, so I can't really spoil it for you, even if I tried. Okay, it might be Ezekiel. It might be Ezekiel, but if it's not Ezekiel, just know that um, you are supposed to take care of the animals and not try to slaughter and kill them. And then you will be able to see and find out that you weren't supposed to be eating animals the whole time anyway. Nobody is supposed to be eating animals. Now, here's the trick. Some of the food that we eat, like cereal or potato chips, that is made with an egg, okay, because of the bread. It's okay, but just try your hardest to do what's right for your body, so your body can be thankful and you will be thankful, because nobody wants to see themselves in a hospital and they didn't take care of their body, and now they're forced to eat healthy foods, and they should have been eating this way before they even got in the hospital, and maybe they wouldn't even have been in the hospital if they were have been eating healthy foods, because those healthy foods, like the fruits and vegetables, they are supposed to fight off bacteria and anything that causes your body's immune system to weaken. It's supposed to replenish it and build it back up. So if you're already eating the healthy foods regardless, then you will find less trips to the emergency room. You will find yourself using less medications whenever you get a sinus, or you're just not feeling well, and 9 times out of 10, you will have way more lesser problems not feeling well once you are eating your fruits and vegetables naturally anyway, regardless. So, I mean, I've been a vegan for about probably a year and a half, or probably a little bit less than that. But um, I have, like I said, I was honest. I did cheat my diet one time, and I did eat some meat. It was like some chicken, but like hamburger meat and stuff like that, I did not eat. That was way out of this world. Anything dark, I was like, no, I can find something else, and I can eat something else. I don't need that. Oh, take that back. I had a sausage biscuit one time, and I knew better. Oh, I also had some bacon. So yeah, I did cheat my diet, but I knew not to eat it every single day. Like, don't make it a habit of eating meat. People can tell and look at your face and your features and tell if you eat a lot of meat or if you don't. It will just basically just show itself without you even saying anything. And sometimes when people speak, you can tell if they're meat eaters or not. Um, and I don't mean to say meat eaters. You can tell if they're heavy eaters or light eaters based on how they speak. And I've really, witnessed that and realized that I don't consider people to go full cold turkey unless you want to. If you want to go full cold turkey and go straight vegan, that is the best gift of all. If you like challenges, I would consider myself taking that challenge no matter what anyone else says. Now, the reason why I ended up cheating my diet is because I ended up being in a facility, which is, I keep calling it a facility. I went inside of a men's shelter because I didn't have any place to go, and they were serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and they don't always have vegan meals. They have vegan options, but the entire meal they don't really have. Unless it was some church volunteering coming to serve for the community and people were there, then that's a whole nother story. But I found myself eating what they had for breakfast. One time I was sleepy and I was woke up and I didn't feel like waking up, but I needed to get something to eat. Oh, and I needed to wake up because that was the rules there. So we ended up waking up and I went to go eat some breakfast. And they had this sausage biscuit looking so freaking nice. It was small. It was like this small. And the sausage was like this wide, this thick, about that small, and the biscuit was fluffy and really nice. And I was like, oh my gosh, if I could just put some jelly on that and just eat it, I'd be good. And I did. And the other girl I was talking to, she was like, why did you eat it? Well, you know better. Why did you eat that? And I was like, I'm sorry. I said, I was just feeling tempted. And I woke up early in the morning. I was really hungry and I didn't know what to eat. And I did. But the options on my plate was limited. And I went ahead and ate it. So that's why I feel bad. But oh, and I did not get food stamps at that time. So if I had food stamps at that time, I would have been bought my own healthy food for the day. But yeah. So don't feel bad about, not being a vegan right now. At least you know about being a vegan. Start small. Don't go full cold turkey because then you're gonna disappoint yourself because you didn't prevail with whatever you were trying to do. Start off really small. Get yourself something small that will fill you up first. Like start off with some rice, plain rice, dirty rice, okay, brown rice. Start off with something like that. Um, you find out that you end up liking fresh fruit, like a bowl of fresh fruit. Start off like that. Um, I know that when you eat an apple, you're no longer hungry. Like literally, you eat one apple, you don't even want the second apple. You know, you want something else, but then you're not desiring something else after your body has gotten that apple in you. Like it's made you full already. Okay, bananas make people full. Eating a whole pineapple, a little bit too much, but it's healthy for you. Try that out. Rice is something really good that you're really gonna like. Um, What do I like to do? What do I like to eat? That's really healthy. There are some vegan cup of noodles out there that I seen by a company called, I think it's Nyson, but they have a special edition called Veggie, Very Veggie, and it is really good. And certain ones, all of them say very veggie, but it's only certain ones that's going to say vegetarian on there, and that is the one that does not consider meat or beef or chicken and stuff like that. Whatever, it's not going to consider that. So I would definitely go to the supermarket and pick out. Walmart should have it. Um, and let me look up and see if I can find it. Very, very veggie cup noodles. Vegetarian. It says, yep, there's a cup noodles, vegetarian version. There's 32 vegan cup noodles, and they taste really, really good. So I would consider getting that and eating that because it's by Nyson. It's called, the one video they say unboxing Nyson cup noodles, very veggie soy sauce flavor ramen noodles. Yes, it's soy sauce flavor, so that's really good. You're gonna get that bold taste that you're gonna want a second one and another one. So try to get that one. And there's another one that they have, but it's only $1, you guys. $1. That beats all the other ones. You don't want to eat anything that has um, meat contamination or anything that comes from an animal, because that's just, yeah, the more healthier foods you eat, the more better you look, the healthier you look. Um, I've seen some people who don't eat meat, I mean, who do eat meat, who look really, really good. Um, but it's something about them that you can tell that they are eating the meat all the time. Um, Not that that's a bad thing, but you can tell certain things. I don't know what that was flying around me. Oh yeah, a piece of lint for my clothing. But yeah, you can tell when somebody is eating meat all the time, every day, or that's all they eat, and it just shows up. So I'm just telling you guys, and it's been like, I say, a month or 2 months since I cheated my vegan diet. But other than that, I won't consume it. Like, fish is one thing. Try not to eat nothing that has blood in it. That's the thing. If it has blood in it, try not to eat it. Okay? If it was breathing, don't eat it. Okay? If you want to try step by step, that's perfect. Great for you. Try that. That is the number one thing. You try bit by bit. At least your organs are saying, "Whoa, hey!" The vegans are very, very picky about what they consume, but your organs are going to thank you for how you are giving it its natural medicine. You're not waiting until you get a senior citizen, or you're not waiting until you don't feel good to start eating the right foods. You know, the longer lifespan you give your organs, the longer lifespan you give yourself, because you need your organs to survive. So always think about that. Always remember that. Do not let that go past you. I'm not saying that if you don't become a vegan, you're not going to look good. I'm not saying that. I'm just speaking how I'm just trying to get you to do the right thing by eating the right foods, because it's going to benefit you down the long run, and then before you know it, other people are going to start wanting to eat healthy because they see you eating healthy. And that is the main thing. Well, the main thing is you start doing it. But then people will start following you and wanting to eat healthy, because I remember when I was at work, I would bring fruits and vegetables to work every day. I wouldn't eat no meat at all. I would be vegan and vegetarian at home. I will explain to my coworkers why I'm doing it, and I would get to work, and then sooner or later, I started hanging around some of the people that weren't, and then I started eating, chicken sandwiches that came from the refrigerator that you can warm up and stuff. It was so good at the time. It was, but I knew better, and I still did it. And that's the thing. But then eventually, when I started back, then they started copying me, started buying apples and bringing fruits, a whole platter of fruit to work. And then they started feeling more better while they were at work, because they didn't feel tired. They didn't feel sluggish. They didn't feel less energized. It gave it to them. And plus, I rode my bicycle to work every single day. So, of course, it made me feel good. I didn't even feel like I was tired. Whenever I rode my bike to work, I felt it wasn't normal for me to ride my bike to work, but I got more used to it. Regardless, if I was a vegan or not, I'd have been used to riding a bike. But nobody wants to ride a bicycle to work every single day. Nobody. So, well, some people do. You look at the positive side of it, people actually do want to ride a bicycle. But I hope this did not scare anybody, but I'm going to wrap it up, and I wanted to make this topic official, and just go ahead and just, start little by little, bit by bit, and work your way up. Start by eating the foods that you would eat as a side dish, as a whole dish. You got some chicken on your plate, and then you got some rice and some beans and some greens on your plate and some cornbread. What more of the side dish would you eat, you know, as a whole dish, and be full and satisfied and feel so much better after you finish consuming it? Like, which one? You choose. There's a whole bunch of foods out here that you can actually choose. So I would consider doing that. And once you figure out what food that you really like, you'll be more happier about the choices that you make. You'll be more satisfied because you would eventually see that it wasn't actually a hard thing to do. All you had to do was choose something that you're already liking to eat, and that would be the most biggest impact and life changing situation in your life. So just think about that. Okay, not everybody is going to want to do it, but the ones who do wants to see better results within their skin and how they look and everything like that. They want to look young and keep their youth look all the way until they get older. Okay, so that's a good thing for someone who wants to make sure they look good. See you guys.